very strong philosophy in life is to go and work in a place where people need you, not where you have to create your need. I am a dreamer and I work very hard to make my dream come true. Hi, I am Usha and I am from Gaya, Bihar. It's a place of enlightenment, it's a place of remembrance of your ancestors, and Gaya is one of the oldest cities of I come from a very big family, and it's a family where thoughts used to be very conservative. The background and the people where I come from, it's highly dominated by a very petty but very strong social issues like child marriages. We say women empowerment, women education, but it doesn't exist. Still, it's a place where women are not very much promoted or encouraged to study and work outside. But now I am kind of thankful that the transition phase have come. The people have started realizing the value of education. That was a phase when we all 6 sisters, we wanted to actually prove and say that, you know, that we don't want to become a daughters, we don't want to be a daughters, we want to become 6 sons for you, and one day we will show you. And my mother said only one sentence. She was very emotional and she said that I don't want to say anything to you, but I only want to say that I trust you and I know that you will never let both of us put our head down. And that was a very powerful sentence for me, which I can never forget, and it has been my mantra. In Bihar, caste system is existing heavily and densely. I belong to a potter family and I have experienced it very closely since my childhood. I have seen people, they don't judge you how much education you have, they judge you which caste you belong to. Waste recycling has always been my area of interest, so I got that first-hand opportunity to work in this project, where I again took another step and I started thinking about how can I make it even more meaningful. The next step of my professional milestone was Uttaranchal, where I worked on a natural fiber project on mountains with the tribal communities. I think it is one of the very well designed fellowship. When I reached my university in United States at Clark University, I realized the value of that 1 year of this fellowship, which was spent to train and prepare each candidate to go to their master's education. And all those trainings like language training, most of us didn't come from an English background. Pre-orientation training, which included how to write, how to read, how to get adjusted to a new culture. And these are little things but actually made a huge difference, and I thanked this fellowship once I reached there. I went to Clark University in Worcester, Massachusetts in United States, and the program I chose to pursue my master's in was International Development, Community and Environment, and I specialized in international development and social change. And it was a brilliant and a wonderful experience for me to study in that university with a very diverse international group of students, which gave me a very rich and valuable experience. It was my first trip to abroad and first trip to America, so it was everything was overwhelming, starting from the culture of people, They were talking English very fast, so it was difficult for me to catch and understand what they are saying. The food, I couldn't, for a couple of days I couldn't find places where to eat. So it took a little time for me, because in India I come from a very small place where going alone in the night also you have to take either your brother or father or your male friends with you. Whereas there you can just walk in anywhere alone and go and drink in the pub, which was pretty shocking for me initially. It's been a beautiful experience for me right now. After coming back to India, I'm trying to practice what I learned. So it's a phase of theory coming back to the practice. I think this is one of the best fellowship I had ever experienced and I have known. It has just not given me money to study. It has given me a very well protected and the confidence to actually take the initiative, think and dream and make your dreams come true. After coming back to India, after completing my masters, I am still not only one individual or a professional. I am still connected with IFP as an alumni. I have a team of 300 wonderful, great, experienced alumni whom I feel as an asset. After spending 2 years in United States, life is very comfortable there, but there is something which is very deep rooted, which very human, which satisfies you when you work with the people, and that was missing. And I came back and started getting back to the grassroots, meeting those people I used to work, and the first thing I did is that I traveled around to just reconnect. When I decided to come back, first question was asked by my friends and my family that do you think you will adjust back to the country? And I said sure, and this is the place I really want to work. They were very happy that I am coming back, and of course they were kind of looking at me, a person who come from a design background and now having a completely different new perspective towards the world, is like how a development practitioner, an international development practitioner would look at design as your skill and how you really going to use it in the community. In my 2 years degree program in international development and social change, I chose very specific classes which I needed to enhance my professional background. Coming from a design background and having been experience working in a grassroots craft sector of India, I wanted to learn very specific skills, something like social entrepreneurship, where you can engage the community and you help them, like the craftsmen, help them marketing their products, starting their own enterprise. So currently I am working on a small initiative working with women in Bihar. It's a place where I come from, Gaya, and I'm working with organizing women workers who does not belong to any traditional skills like weaving, printing, and you could see like in India there are different traditional craft sector, and the artisans are kind of genetically hereditary. They are following the culture of that work, and starting my own organization called Samulam. And at this stage I have been kind of getting a very good helping hands from all over my own professional network, where IFP is playing a very important role, and at grassroots my family has been the biggest support. And this initiative I am looking forward to in a very positive direction, because we are working on a project to reduce the plastic polythene bags from the city, because there is hardly any waste management system which exists in this small place. So it's a very important, where we are trying to take 3 major objectives, is to reduce the plastic bags from the city, give employment to the women who are going to be part of this chain, and also support a kind of very static and shrinking sector of the weaving which exists in Manpur area of Gaya, which used to be the Manchester of Bihar 5-6 decades back, but now it's kind of on a threshold. So Samulam has 2 main wings, which is prosperity, which looks at the economic development component, and the Harita, which for the larger community, which can bring a social impact positively. We have an international market in our own little town. It's a Bodh Gaya where people from all over the world coming. So we have a local and national and international market in the same place, so we don't have to go anywhere. That is my main and core strategy of my social entrepreneurship, where using the local raw material, local resources, local manpower which will bring employment, and local market. I am a dreamer and I work very hard to make my dream come true.